What's up, Rogue Nation? My name is Cody and I explore secrets all around the world. Today, we're exploring Luxor. This morning we have come out to Luxor Temple. This is a grand temple here in Luxor. It is one of the most beautiful places that's actually not a tomb. We've seen a lot of tombs, a lot of things that are dedicated to pharaohs, but this place is actually for ceremonies, possibly even for pharaohs becoming pharaohs, so all kinds of big parties and ceremonies like that. So while Luxor is a great place to visit in the morning and it is beautiful, there's an actually bigger place nearby here called Karnak where we're heading next. We've now made it to Karnak Temple, which is just very close to Luxor Temple, but a lot bigger. It looks very similar, but it was actually the place of worship during the New Kingdom. It was the biggest religious complex here in Luxor. So right now we are in the largest hypo-style hall in the world with 134 columns. They tower over you as you walk through. So today is our last day here in Egypt. We're going down south, which is actually up the Nile. We're heading towards Aswan, so we're hitting up a couple of temples along our way. We've come to the Temple of Horus here at Edfu, and this is one of the temples that's most preserved here in ancient Egypt. This was actually covered by a mound of sand, so they uncovered it, and because of that, everything here has been preserved. You can see the roof is intact, the hieroglyphs are a lot more prominent than in other ones. Things haven't been broken or carved away. So when we go in here, we're actually gonna be able to see probably one of the best preserved temples in all of Egypt. So this is the god Horus right here with the falcon head. He's got a falcon head because he's known to be the god of the sky. He's also said to contain the sun and the moon. This definitely is one of the more unique temples that we've been to because never before have been able to climb up a staircase into something that is so preserved. Usually you'd see little patches here and there, but there is just hieroglyphs everywhere. All the way up the hallway you can see there's just different hieroglyphs of Ra, just multiple ones going up the staircase. So as we've seen all over Egypt, there's these boats, and this is actually one of the famous ones here at the Temple of Horus. You can see Horus on the very front of this little boat right here, the one that takes the pharaohs into the afterlife and becomes a god. And it's actually interesting because the Eye of Horus, which is the famous symbol we've seen all over Egypt, that's actually a symbol of protection from the gods. Alright, so we've made it to the last temple of the day, which is Kom Ombo, which is actually a different temple than all the others. Usually they're dedicated to one god. This one is equally dedicated to two gods, which is why you'll see two alleyways here. This one over here is for Sobek. This one over here is for Horror, which I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it is the elder Horus. So the falcon god, but the elder version. And so this one is the crocodile one, and this one is the falcon one. And Sobek is actually, we've seen all over the place, we just haven't known what it was. It is a crocodile god, and this is when you die, you go into the afterlife, and your heart is weighed against the weight of a feather. So a pharaoh, when he's dying, he's trying to become a god, his heart will be put on a scale, and if he's done great deeds and he has a light heart, the feather will weigh more. But if he doesn't and he has a heavy heart, it goes to the crocodile god Sobek, and he will eat it, and he's usually very happy because he gets to eat a lot of hearts. Which is also why we're on the Nile here. This is the only one we've seen that is close to the Nile. It's interesting that this is the first time we're actually seeing the Nile because the Nile is such an important part of ancient Egypt. They brought all of their food, all of their transportation, went through the Nile, and they even brought their rock, the granite, the limestone, everything up to Cairo. So if they didn't have the Nile, they wouldn't have been as big as they were. So we just got back to our hotel after a very, very long day. We've been up since probably, 4 a.m. But I wanted to sit down and do a little talk about Egypt because our trips don't usually go this way. Originally we planned to be here for 14 days. It's now 7 and we're leaving tomorrow because we just want to head out of here. So Egypt has been one of those countries where it's hard because I don't want to bash obviously the nice people who live here, but the people who work at the tourist sites really make it a real bummer to come here. And the only reason I mention it is because, obviously you can go off and do other stuff outside of the tourist stuff, but if you're coming to Egypt, you're gonna go to the pyramids. You don't come to Egypt to not see the pyramids or the temples or stuff like that. So everyone who comes here pretty much does the same route, and if you're doing the same route, it means you're gonna be hassled and annoyed and aggravated like us every single day.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah, I was just gonna say, guys, I'm legit I'm always happy to travel and things like that, but after 7 days here, it feels like it's been 14 days for me.
Yeah.
And I am like kind of annoyed. Like I actually do want to get out of Egypt. Like I'm not lying.
We are lucky enough that we get to travel a lot. And so I wanted to make this because if you do like maybe example live in America, we only have 2 weeks of vacation per year and you come here for your 2 weeks, I would be really upset if my experience was like this. So what I would recommend is maybe taking a tour that like the whole entire thing is planned, because as foreigners, we, especially since we weren't with a tour group, we were you know, targeted by these guys extremely heavily. Like everyone was coming up to us nonstop, and at the end of the day, it just gets very aggravating and very draining. I think that's why we feel so drained after just 7 days.
7
being
days,
here.
and I honestly feel so tired. Like one kid was like taking his hands in my pockets trying to grab my wallet.
Yeah, and so it's not everywhere in Egypt. Obviously, it's just at these places where they expect tourists to go, and so the guys that are working there, I don't want to say they're scammers, but like they're very much like I don't know, they're just very pushy, aggressive salesmen, and that kind of drains you when you're at these tourist places all day. Obviously, not talking about the local people, they are amazing and great. It just kind of sucks that a couple people are ruining the perception of Egypt.
For everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this series nonetheless. I still, even though we were being hassled all day,
I
tried to keep it positive and tried to give you the history that I had planned on doing. So hope you guys at least got something from these videos as well. And until next time, Rogue Nation, explore the world. If you haven't yet, be sure to check out our new TV show where we traveled to 19 countries and explored the best abandoned places in the world. It's available on Insight TV, linked below, for $5 a month, but the first episode is for free. You can watch it on your laptop, phone, or smart TV in 4K Ultra HD. We worked really hard on it for months, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Actually the temple where they
So Cody, what do you know about this temple?
Hold on, I'm doing, wait, watch this.
Oh no, the people, the zombie hordes, they're coming!